The Magic School Bus Inside the Human Body by Joanna Cole, illustrated by Degen. Bruce Degen. It all began when Miss Frizzle showed our class a film strip about the human body. We knew trouble was about to start because we knew Miss Frizzle was the strangest teacher in the school. We're going to learn about ourselves. This should interest you, Arnold. I can't take the pressure. A film strip is only the beginning, you know. Yeah, I bet. She has books about this too. When's recess? The very next day, Miss Frizz made us do an experiment on our own bodies. She announced that we were going on a class trip to a science museum. We were going to see an exhibit about how our bodies get energy from the food we eat. Your body is made of cells by Rachel. Your body seems to be all in one piece, but actually it's made up of trillions of tiny pieces called cells. My body is made of trillions of cells, so is mine. So weird. Your cells need energy to help you grow and move and talk and think and play. Just being in Miss Frizzle's class takes all of my energy. Different kinds of cells have different jobs by Gregory. Lung cells help you breathe. Muscle cells help you move. And brain cells help you think. The trip started out like any other trip. We rode to the museum in the old school bus. Along the way, we stopped at a park for lunch. When it was time to go, everyone got back on the bus. Everyone but Arnold. He was still at the picnic table, daydreaming and eating a bag of cheesy Wessels. When you eat, your body digests it. When you eat, your body digests the food so your cells can use it to make energy. Your body needs good food. By Carmen. For high energy and growing power, we need to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, milk and milk products, whole grains, cereal and pasta, lean meats, fish, poultry, and eggs, and not too much junk food. A Science Word by Dorothy Ann. Digestion comes from the word to mean to divide. When food is digested, it is divided into smaller parts. It is divided into smaller and smaller parts. Your tongue is covered with thousands of taste buds by Arnold. Different parts of the tongue have different taste buds that detect different flavors. Bitter, sour, salt, and sweet. Leftovers? Fish sticks? Ick. I'll trade you these terrific fish sticks for that horrible peanut butter and banana sandwich. Pfft, forget it. Take a look at her shoes. Please, I'm eating. Do you see the tongues on Miss Frizzle's shoes? Hurry up, Arnold, called Miss Frizzle. She reached for her ignition key, but instead she pushed a strange little button nearby. At once, we started shrinking and spinning through the air. From inside, we could see what was happening. All we knew is that we suddenly landed, and then we were going down a dark tunnel. We had no idea where we were, but as usual, Miss Frizzle knew. She said we were inside the human body, going down the esophagus, the tube that leads from the throat to the stomach. Most of us were too upset about leaving Arnold behind to pay much attention. Arnold really is out to lunch. Gulp. Hey, where's the bus? Where's Arnold? He got left. That's what happens when you eat junk food. I thought we were going to the museum. There's been a slight change of plans. We're being digested instead. Food goes to your stomach through the esophagus. By Wanda. The food does not just fall down. It's pushed along by muscle action, the way toothpaste is squeezed out of a tube, and that's why you can swallow even when you're upside down. Muscles squeeze to push food to your stomach. We are now passing into the stomach, said Miss Frizzle. It wasn't exactly quiet in there. The walls of the stomach moved in and out and churned and mashed the food into a thick liquid. The bus was turning round and round, the digestive juices splashing on the windows. Now we knew how it felt to be a hamburger. Miss Frizzle drove to the bottom of the stomach. We'll drive through this opening to the small intestine, she said. Why does your stomach growl? By Phil. Sometimes your stomach churns when there is not much food in it. The gases in your stomach make gurgling sounds. Your stomach is like a built-in food processor. Gurgle. Roll up the windows, children. Yuck. In the small intestine, food is broken down into molecules, tiny enough for the body cells to use. I want to go home. But this is educational. Does education have to be messy? I don't feel so good. Maybe it was something I ate. Poor kid. The small intestine was a coiled-up hollow tube. The inner walls of the tubes were covered with tiny fingers called villi. In the villi are tiny blood vessels. Food molecules are taken into these blood vessels, said Miss Frizzle. Once the food is in the blood, it can travel all over the body. We felt ourselves getting even smaller, and Miss Frizzle started driving into one of the villi. She was going straight into a blood vessel. Why are the intestines coiled up? By John. In an adult, the intestines are 7.5 meters, 25 feet long. If they were stretched out straight, a person would have to be as tall as a house. Stomach. Food goes from the stomach to the small intestine. Waste goes out through the large intestine. Class. The bus is following the path of food molecules into the blood. You mean this body thinks we're food? That's better than being waste. I wish Anna were here to see this. Yeah, it's so gross. Another science word by Dorothy Ann. Blood vessels are tubes that carry blood. They are like pipelines running through your body. Now we are in the blood. But it did not look red. Blood is not just a red liquid, explained Miss Frizzle. Blood is made up of cells, floating in a clear liquid. Those cells look like rubber red saucers, someone called out. Those are red blood cells, Miss Frizzle said. Red blood cells carry oxygen from the lungs to all of the cells in the body. Here and there, a white blood cell was busy destroying disease germs. White blood cells are like soldiers, protecting your body from enemies, said Miss Frizzle. What is blood made of? By Molly. A little more than half the blood is yellowish fluid called plasma. The rest of the blood is made up of floating cells. Why is blood red? By Shirley. Without a microscope, blood looks red because there are so many red blood cells in it. In every drop of blood, there are 250 million red blood cells. What is blood for? By Ralph. Your blood is like a delivery service. It carries food and oxygen to your body's cells and waste products away from the cells. Disease germs. Platelet cells stop bleeding when you get cut. Looking back, we saw a white blood cell chasing the bus. We'll be safer with the red blood cells, kids, said Miss Frizzle. She reached for a handle that controlled the bus's doors. Don't do it, we cried. But when did Miss Frizzle ever listen? The doors of the bus flew open. We were swept out of the bus into the bloodstream. Everybody hitch a ride, called Miss Frizzle. Each kid grabbed a red blood cell as it went by. Our last glimpse of the bus was when it went into another blood vessel, with the white blood cell right behind. That white blood cell must think our school bus is a germ. Well, the bus is pretty dirty. Why can't we just have a spelling test like other kids? We'll never get out of here. These red blood cells have turned dull red. They need more oxygen. Meanwhile, oh my gosh, I'm lost. Don't panic. The next thing we knew, we had flown into the heart. Inside the heart are four hollow spaces called chambers, said Miss F. Each chamber is a little pump. There are 2 chambers on the right side of the heart. The 2 chambers on the right side of the heart took in used blood from the body and pumped it into the lungs. In the lungs, the red cells picked up fresh oxygen. Your Heart is a Pump by Flory. When the walls of the heart chamber squeeze together, they pump out blood just the way you can squeeze water out of a plastic bottle. Oops, hey! Your heart pumps used blood into the lungs to get fresh oxygen. Right side of the lung, left side of the lung. Have a heart, Miss Frizzle. Get us out of here. First chamber. Second chamber. We get new oxygen from the air each time we breathe in. We get rid of waste gas, carbon dioxide, each time we breathe out. My heart is pounding. Take a deep breath. You'll be okay. If you are enjoying this book, I highly recommend asking your parent to take you on another magic school bus ride journey. Until next time, bye.